There's a general sense of bandwagonry come Super Bowl time, and it seems to get worse every year, especially in the revolving door of the NFC, where Carolina, Atlanta, and Philly jerseys, once a hot commodity, are now in the bargain bins of your local sports retailer. The biggest ticket on board the bandwagon is for those who came to the game with absolutely no knowledge of sports, but are eagerly anticipating the halftime performance of their favorite radio pop star. This year may be tainted with controversy. Original music choice Rihanna declined the stage to show her support for quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who's been basically blacklisted by ownership for his kneeling during the national anthem. Instead, the whitest top 40 act you know, Maroon 5, will take center stage, and with them, SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, already the sliced cheese this performance would provide would make anyone lactose intolerant, but now everyone's favorite resident in a pineapple under the sea will join the band to honor a petition that received 1.2 million signatures. Sure, Steven Hillenburg passed away recently, but do we put every bit of content from the recently deceased into the halftime show? Absolutely not. Otherwise, where were tributes to David Bowie or Chris Cornell or Mac Miller? TLC's hit No Scrubs recently turned 20 today. Shouldn't there be tributes instead to one of the greatest Atlanta acts of all time in the ATL? The Super Bowl is completely tone deaf on this, missing out on good ratings by depriving fans of the hip-hop homecoming that the city deserves. Atlanta's city life has always been scored by the genre, and sure, Big Boy and Travis Scott will make appearances on the Maroon 5 set, but it's about as hip-hop as a Jay-Z cameo on a Coldplay track. In response to the backlash, Commissioner Roger Goodell sidestepped any blame for Colin Kaepernick not being in the league. Regardless, there's a petition with over 100,000 signatures demanding that Maroon 5 take a knee for the upcoming performance.
Coach, we have a giant Christmas tree behind you. Are you one of those holiday guys? Are you feeling the Christmas spirit?
I think I definitely am, and I think nationally I'm almost iconic around the holidays, and I think that, you know, one of the first things when people think holidays, they think Mike Leach and Washington State football. And we are red and white, which is the color of of candy canes, and there's nothing more festive than that.
Would beating Iowa State be the ultimate holiday gift for you and your guys?
I think so. I mean, it would certainly be a good one. The last time somebody asked me this, I said world peace. You know, if I had one wish for the holidays, what would it be? World peace. Can't beat that. Works for Miss America, but beating Iowa State would certainly be good.
Last time you were at the Alamodome, 2001. It's been 17, 18 years. To give you some perspective, I was in 3rd grade when you were there. It's a long time. So in that time frame, what have you learned about yourself? You lost. What can you do to win this Alamodome?
That was a very tightly contested game. I mean, the biggest thing is I think we just need to be a team that goes out there, has a great preparation, and goes out there relaxed and plays. We just got to just worry about ourselves and be the best team we can be and go from there.
When they announced this game, I don't know if you know this, but they were handing out mustaches, just like what Minshew has.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a joke that's gone too far? Are you tired of seeing these mustache jokes?
I didn't see it coming, to be honest with you. I mean, so during camp, yeah, he sort of had a mustache, but he also sort of had a beard and a bunch of commingled whiskers like everybody in camp does. You know, nobody shaves during camp. And then in college football, there's a lot of people with mustaches. So I was a little surprised where they decided, you know, they focused on his. And but his mouth does carry a mustache good. I must say that, and he looks good in a mustache. Where my brief stint with the mustache, I thought I looked like hell, so I haven't had a mustache since. But you know, in Pullman, Washington, there's a lot of women sporting mustaches. So, you know, if you'd ever like to meet a young lady or you know, if you like to be around women with mustaches, Pullman's got a lot of them that have mustaches, and so. It really has taken off.
Fighting is his game. Mittman Joe is his name. I'm here in the studio with world-class striking coach and hand wrap specialist, Mittman Joe. You have keys to all the different gyms around the San Antonio area. We've covered them before on the show. Ray the Judge.
Ray the Judge right now, his last fight got canceled. Ray the Judge is ready. You know, he's been training hard. He's excited, he's pumped. We're just waiting for October 19th to go and put on a show, and he's more than ready. He's every day, he's just getting more ready, more prepared. He trains hard, doesn't complain. He goes to the gym, does what he has to do, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what his future has in store for him.
So another fighter in your stable of fighters, I saw him yesterday sparring, Joshua Moreno. Let's talk about him a little bit as well.
Oh man, Joshua Moreno is definitely a talented kid. He's an amateur fighter. He is ranked number 11 in the nation. He is fighting at the USA Boxing National Qualifier in October 7th in Tennessee. He's a good stand-up kid, boxes well, inside and outside. So I'm excited to see what the future has in store for him. In 2015, 2016, I believe, I took him to Kansas City where he placed ranked number 7 in the nation. After that, we went our separate ways and haven't worked together in a couple of years. Kept in contact. He recently reached out to me if I could help him get prepared for this fight, this tournament, October 7th, and we started training camp a couple of days ago. So I'm excited for him. I'm ready to see what he's gonna do.
For all these nicknames that these fighters get, is there a nickname that I can have for me that you will like bestow upon me?
Whoa, I gotta do some research, and I gotta, golly, I got a few of them.
Yeah. You can't say on air.
Yeah, I can't say on air. I'll keep that. I'll keep that away.
Mittman Joe in the studio with us.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
My nickname in boxing is Professor X. So they were like, oh, well, who's the other X-Men? You know, so we call little Mark over there as Cyclops. Colton call him Beast. He's a mind reader. And like, I know how to kick and everything, but I don't use, I'm a boxer, so I don't use my legs. He's like, don't use my legs, I'm a mind reader.
As a boxer, do you think there's any kind of relation between your love of these superheroes and your art in the ring? Like you're a real life superhero.
100%, that's motivation. They're all motivation. Like, but you look at characters like Spider-Man, that's the most popular one right now because it's the intro of Into the Spider-Verse. And, you know, he's someone that goes through a lot of tragedies, a lot. And he still has to save people. Jay Jonah makes the whole city hate him. The cops don't like him. The thugs don't like him. Nobody likes Spider-Man, but he still goes around saving people. And that kind of teaches you like selflessness and what the true meaning behind great power, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, what that actually means. I did martial arts since I was 4, but I didn't get a belt and anything because I switched schools a lot. Now, once I started fighting in the amateurs, I started doing good. And then I went pro. See, now everybody's hopping on. Everybody's like, you know, a lot of bullies and stuff, the people that used to discourage me or tell me I'm not and all this stuff, they would turn around and be like, man, I'm so proud of you, you're so good. And everybody wants to be nice to me and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, back then y'all were looking down on me and now I'm teaching you how to throw a punch. And I never let that spite get in the way of that positive energy or anything like that. All those people that look down on me and all that stuff, I still love them. Teaching is a part of learning. Teaching is a big part of learning. If you teach a technique, that means that you understand it at a certain level. And sometimes explaining in different ways or seeing that somebody can't get it, you start to think of the technique in different ways. You start to drill it in different ways. So you're like, okay, how can I get them to understand the move? Because I need to understand the move better to be able to make them understand it, right? So I started early, like, you know, 13, 14, I started, you know, helping teach my class. My martial arts class. And then I didn't start actually coaching until the UFC gym opened.
Is there a good fight scene here in San Antonio that attracts you to stay here?
San Antonio, there's a fight every month. It's amazing. So, you know, I got a bunch of fights and then turned pro. Amateur experience is very important. And I only had 13 fights, 14 fights maybe. That's not a lot. A lot of people, my sparring partners usually have about 100 to 150. And that's how I learn. That's how I've gotten to be able to hang with them and fight outside. All I do is teach and box. I don't work another job. Like, this is all I do, and I don't have any money. It's not that I have money. I do love what I do. So I'm very rich. With great power, with great knowledge, comes great responsibility. If you have that knowledge, you have to tell people and you have to help them.